Our world overflows with things, both natural and man-made. The methods of production are increasingly complex and high-tech, but are they truly better? Today, we'll explore a simpler approach with two mushroom growers and educators, learning how to cultivate and enjoy these fascinating fungi. Then, prepare to be amazed as we unveil some incredible items made in unexpected ways. Bamboo bikes. The concept of bamboo bicycles dates back to 1894, when the Bamboo Cycle Company in England introduced the first model. However, the rise of industrial metals like steel and aluminum overshadowed its popularity. Today, with a focus on sustainability, bamboo bikes have resurfaced. While bamboo is touted as a sustainable material, true sustainability may lie in utilizing existing resources rather than constantly replacing them. Manufacturing new products, even those made from bamboo, generates waste. Bamboo's popularity stems from its rapid growth and biodegradability, but it's not a panacea. It requires land for cultivation and factories for processing, and increased demand risks monoculture. For bicycles, bamboo offers advantages: a high strength-to-weight ratio, good impact resistance compared to carbon fiber, and vibration-dampening qualities for a smoother ride. It absorbs road shock more effectively than some traditional materials. Mushrooms. What we recognize as mushrooms are the fleshy fruiting bodies of certain fungi species, the visible portion above ground. But beneath the surface, a complex network exists. Mushrooms seem to materialize overnight, hence the term mushrooming for rapid growth. However, this is an illusion. The initial fruiting body is minuscule, and its rapid expansion is due to cells that have been developing in miniature for days, suddenly absorbing water and becoming visible. They don't spring up from nowhere. They've been preparing. Quite fascinating, isn't it? Electronic skin. Electronic tattoos, or e-tattoos, are ultra-thin, flexible devices that adhere to the skin. Equipped with sensors, they wirelessly transmit physiological data, monitoring various bodily functions, including electrical impulses and sweat composition. This wearable technology offers continuous monitoring without the discomfort associated with rigid devices. While primarily explored in the medical field for non-invasive health monitoring, e-tattoos face significant challenges. A lack of standardized manufacturing processes results in the absence of quality and safety guarantees. Devices that adhere to the body and transmit personal data warrant rigorous testing and assurance. Furthermore, concerns remain regarding privacy compliance and the long-term safety of the materials used. Therefore, despite their potential, widespread adoption of e-tattoos is currently hindered by these critical issues. Graphene clothes. Graphene, a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in a two-dimensional lattice, is being integrated into clothing manufacturing. Proponents claim it enhances garment durability and enables additional functionalities. While graphene is deemed safe for skin contact in current applications, concerns exist about the long-term effects of increased exposure. The material's high thermal conductivity allows graphene-infused fabrics to improve heat retention and distribution. Its mechanical strength also increases textile resistance to wear and tear, potentially extending garment lifespan. The most significant application lies in the development of smart textiles. Graphene-infused fabrics can detect physiological signals, enabling the creation of clothing that monitors vital signs and identifies health anomalies. This raises questions about data privacy and the necessity of such detailed personal monitoring. Cactus leather. Cactus leather is a material derived from the mature leaves of the nopal, or prickly pear cactus. This plant-based material is currently popular, touted for its environmental and functional benefits. The production process involves harvesting, cleaning, and grinding mature cactus pads, which are then sun-dried. Fibers are extracted and combined with chemicals to form a bioresin, which is applied to a carrier material like cotton or polyester. Cactus leather is praised for its purported minimal environmental impact. The nopal cactus thrives in arid regions, requiring less water than traditional crops and absorbing atmospheric moisture. Cultivation is claimed to be herbicide and pesticide-free, and the cactus regrows after harvesting, promoting a sustainable life cycle. However, its use primarily in luxury consumer goods raises questions about the true meaning of sustainability. Is it a marketing tactic? Is reducing consumption or utilizing existing materials more sustainable. While innovation is valuable, addressing overconsumption and the economic drivers behind manufacturing is crucial. Therefore, critical questioning remains essential. Himalayan salt lamps. Himalayan salt lamps, carved from pink salt crystals found near the Himalayas, have gained popularity as decorative items and purported health enhancers. Despite claims of air purification, allergy symptom relief, and mood and sleep improvement, there is no substantial scientific evidence to support these benefits. Proponents suggest that Himalayan salt lamps emit negative ions, which are believed to neutralize air pollutants and allergens. However, while some animal studies have explored the effects of salt lamp exposure on serotonin metabolism, these findings have not been replicated in human studies. Furthermore, the negative ion emission from salt lamps is negligible compared to natural sources like waterfalls or forests, making any significant impact on air quality or health highly improbable. Carbon-negative vodka. Carbon-negative vodka is marketed as an effort by the spirits industry to reduce atmospheric carbon dioxide levels through innovative production methods. Companies, such as the New York-based startup Air Company, utilize technology to capture CO2 emissions and convert them into ethanol, the primary component of their vodka. This process involves a patented distillation system that transforms atmospheric carbon dioxide into ethanol, resulting in a purportedly impurity-free and carbon-negative spirit. Air Company claims that each bottle of their vodka removes a pound of CO2 from the atmosphere. While this concept aligns with sustainability trends, it's important to consider the overall impact of alcohol consumption on the environment and individual health. 3D printed human organs. 3D bioprinting, a technology poised to revolutionize organ transplantation, involves the layer-by-layer construction of biological tissues using bioinks composed of living cells and biomaterials. This technology holds the potential to significantly improve the lives of patients awaiting organ transplants, addressing critical shortages and lengthy waiting lists. While sensationalized claims of Frankenstein body parts exist, the reality is grounded in scientific progress aimed at saving lives. For instance, researchers at the Wake Forest Institute for Regenerative Medicine successfully implanted a 3D printed bladder into a patient in 1999, which continues to function decades later. Recent advancements have enabled the bioprinting of more complex structures, including components of the heart, kidneys, and livers. However, the complexity of human anatomy, particularly the intricate network of blood vessels, presents a significant challenge. Consequently, routine clinical use of 3D printed organs is estimated to be 2 to 3 decades away. Nevertheless, the ongoing progress in this field is remarkable. Music from ice. In colder regions, ice becomes a medium for artistic expression, particularly in crafting musical instruments. In Sweden, the Ice Instrument Orchestra, founded 20 years ago by Tim Linhart, creates and performs with instruments made entirely of ice. Maintaining sub-zero temperatures is crucial for these instruments. The increasing heat from the audience and musicians affects tuning, creating a unique, ever-changing soundscape. As the performance progresses, the instruments subtly detune, adding an element of impermanence to the experience. This ephemeral quality is central to the Ice Orchestra's concept, transforming each concert into a living, evolving artwork. It offers a distinct experience compared to traditional orchestral performances. However, attending an ice orchestra concert requires appropriate attire. Think thermal layers, warm hats, and heavy coats, rather than formal evening wear. Artificial diamonds. Lab-grown or synthetic, diamonds have revolutionized the gem industry, offering an ethical and cost-effective alternative to mined diamonds. These diamonds are produced using 2 primary methods: high-pressure, high-temperature, HPHT, and chemical vapor deposition, CVD. The HPHT method replicates the natural diamond formation process by subjecting carbon to extreme pressure and temperature. The CVD method utilizes a carbon-rich gas, such as methane, in a chamber where it decomposes, allowing carbon atoms to deposit onto a substrate and form a diamond layer. The artificial diamond market is substantial, valued at $7.2 billion in 2023, representing approximately 20% of the overall gem industry. Clearly, the demand for diamonds, whether natural or synthetic, remains strong. Self-healing concrete. Self-healing concrete is designed to autonomously repair cracks, addressing a common issue that leads to deterioration and costly repairs. Several methods enable this self-repairing capability. One method utilizes specialized bacteria embedded within the concrete matrix, along with nutrients like calcium lactate. When cracks form and water infiltrates, the bacteria activate, converting nutrients into limestone, effectively sealing the cracks. This process can repair cracks up to 0.8 millimeters wide. Another approach, enzymatic healing, employs carbonic anhydrase, an enzyme that catalyzes the formation of calcium carbonate. This mineral then fills and repairs cracks within the concrete. Microcapsule-based healing involves incorporating microcapsules containing healing agents, such as adhesives and mineral precursors, into the concrete. Upon crack formation, these capsules rupture, releasing their contents to seal the damaged areas. Vegan leather from pineapple leaves. Pineapple leaf leather, commercially known as Piñatex, is a plant-based alternative to traditional leather. The production process involves collecting pineapple leaves, extracting their fibers, and processing them into a non-woven mesh called piña felt. This material then undergoes specialized treatments and coatings to enhance its durability, texture, and appearance. While Piñatex is promoted as a waste-reducing and biodegradable material, it's important to note that it's not as durable as animal leather. Furthermore, the necessary coatings are often petroleum-based, which can negatively impact biodegradability and contribute to environmental concerns. Therefore, while pineapple leaf leather offers a plant-based alternative, it is not without environmental cost. Recycled plastic roads. Recycled plastic roads aim to address plastic waste by integrating it into road construction, potentially reducing pollution and enhancing road performance. The concept was pioneered by an Indian scientist in 2001, who developed a method to mix shredded plastic with bitumen, resulting in more durable and rain-resistant roads. This technique has been adopted in various countries, including Australia, Indonesia, India, the UK, and the US. While recycled plastic roads offer a solution to plastic waste, long-term implications remain uncertain. Studies suggest these roads can perform as well as, or better than, traditional roads. However, the recyclability of plastic roads at the end of their lifespan is still under investigation. Unlike conventional roads, their end-of-life recycling process is not yet well established. Furthermore, concerns regarding microplastic release and its potential environmental impact warrant further research. Moving the plastic waste problem from one place to another is not a true solution. A closer examination of the long-term effects is necessary. Edible water blobs. Edible water blobs are consumable capsules encapsulating water within a biodegradable membrane. This concept utilizes spherification, a culinary technique that forms a gel-like membrane around a liquid. The process involves using natural ingredients like sodium alginate, derived from brown seaweed, and calcium lactate to create a flexible, transparent sphere that holds water and can be consumed entirely, minimizing waste. However, the sustainability of widespread adoption raises questions. The required amount of seaweed and the potential long-term effects of consuming these natural ingredients in large quantities warrant further investigation. While innovative, it's important to consider the potential environmental and health implications of this technology. Edible food packaging. Research indicates that traditional food packaging can expose consumers to thousands of potentially harmful chemicals. To address this, edible food packaging has been developed, designed to be consumed along with the food it encases, aiming to reduce waste and enhance food preservation. Edible packaging consists of films, coatings, and containers made from natural biodegradable materials like plant-based polymers, proteins, and lipids. While these materials are claimed to be safe for consumption, concerns remain regarding the long-term health effects of consuming processed materials alongside food. Furthermore, the manufacturing of edible packaging requires resources and generates waste, raising questions about its overall sustainability. The concept of creating a consumable product to address packaging waste rather than focusing on reducing packaging itself warrants further scrutiny. Floating farms. Floating farms are proposed as solutions to address food security challenges and the impacts of climate change. These farms utilize water surfaces for agricultural production, particularly beneficial in regions facing land scarcity or environmental constraints. As rising water levels due to climate change increase, floating farms offer a means of food production in areas where land availability is limited. For example, in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, Peter and Minke van Wingerden established a 3-story floating dairy farm in the port. This farm produces fresh milk and cheese for local communities and incorporates renewable energy sources, such as rainwater collection and organic waste processing. However, questions arise regarding the welfare of animals, such as cows, confined to floating platforms with limited outdoor space. Floating farms are not a new concept. In Bangladesh, traditional floating farms have been used for centuries, particularly in flood-prone regions. Farmers construct rafts from natural materials and layer them with soil to cultivate vegetables and seedlings during the monsoon season, ensuring continued food production despite rising waters. This highlights the potential of traditional methods alongside technological innovation in addressing contemporary challenges. 3D printed food. 3D printed food involves creating edible products by extruding food paste through a specialized printer nozzle. This process requires food to be transformed into a paste-like consistency, which currently limits the range of viable food items. However, 3D printing offers advantages in creating intricate and geometric food shapes more efficiently than manual methods. This technology is particularly useful for producing novel food presentations in specialty restaurants. While current applications are primarily novelty-driven, the potential for future advancements remains. It's possible that 3D printed food could become more widely adopted or remain a niche technology. Continued development will determine its long-term impact. Invisibility cloaks. Unlike the fictional invisibility cloaks depicted in popular culture, real-world attempts at invisibility rely on principles of physics. True invisibility, in the sense of complete visual concealment, remains largely theoretical. Current scientific research focuses on developing technologies that can obscure objects from specific wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation, making them less detectable. However, this does not achieve complete invisibility. The concept of an invisible car, as featured in the 2002 James Bond film Die Another Day, illustrates the challenges and limitations of such technology. The film's vanishing car used an array of cameras and LEDs to project the background onto the car's surface, creating the illusion of transparency. However, this technique only worked from specific angles and under controlled lighting conditions, and the wheels remained visible, undermining the effect. While advancements in materials science and optics may lead to more sophisticated concealment technologies in the future, true invisibility remains an elusive goal. Snake farming. A natural fear of snakes is deeply ingrained in us. Throughout most of human history, a venomous bite meant certain death. Even with modern anti-venom and advanced medical care, snake bites still claim an alarmingly high number of lives, estimated between 81,000 and 137,000 annually. This is just a fraction of the 5.4 million people bitten each year. Naturally, we tend to avoid snakes, not cultivate them. If you suffer from ophidiophobia, prepare for a dose of nightmare fuel: snake farms in China. Yes, they exist, and surprisingly, they're a lucrative business. In 2018, a single snake farm in a small village in China's Xiang province generated approximately $12 million annually, selling around 3 million snakes. These reptiles are harvested for their gallbladders, skin, and livers, which are used to create supplements for Asian, American, and European markets. The use of snakes for medicinal purposes has a long history in China, spanning millennia. Today, countless people consume pills made from various snake components. It's a unique practice, to say the least. Transparent wood. Transparent wood is a material that combines the natural properties and sustainability of wood with transparency. By modifying the wood structure, researchers have created a material that retains the strength and biodegradability of traditional wood while allowing light to pass through. The process involves removing lignin, the component responsible for wood's color and opacity, through chemical treatments. Polymers are then infused into the remaining wood structure. While transparent wood offers potential applications in areas like sustainable building materials and energy-efficient windows, the chemical processes involved raise questions about its overall environmental impact. The use of polymers and chemical treatments could introduce additional environmental concerns. The development of transparent wood raises a broader question. Does the pursuit of novel materials always justify the complexity and potential environmental costs involved? That's all for today's exploration into the fascinating and sometimes bizarre world of modern materials and manufacturing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content.